look at a ranking table because I would like to have a look considering NiP are literally picking train against everyone. How are they doing? Well, they've played 4 and they've lost 4, so their round difference is -31 as well. That's pretty monster. But the thing is, in a way, I respect it because by picking train against absolutely everyone for their home maps, they're forced to learn a map one way or another.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
The good way or the hard way. But that's an important thing again. That goes into, like, I was talking to a kid at DreamHack and he's like, oh, I'm global elite. I'm like, congratulations! Now you can learn to play Counter-Strike. Like, you know, you need to if you're playing, if you're playing with a team and so on, like you have to lose before you can win, and that's maybe what we're seeing with Train here. Again, it is a new map. But I do respect NiP for just going all the way in with Train.
I mean, they may be playing so many tournaments. They're like, all right, guys, our FACEIT tournaments, that's where we practice Train. This tournament's where we practice this. Because these teams are playing so many games. There's like a ridiculous amount of games going on all the time for all these teams. I cannot really understand how it would be to be in their position where they've got so many officials. Because when I used to play, it was never like that. There's never so many things going on at once. But let's just remind you guys of what we have, of course, going on in the FACEIT League. We've just been talking about them picking trains. So how does that actually work? Well, of course, our format is the home and away format. So, as you can see, it's also quite a global format as we've got triple regions.
Yeah.
I honestly used to say triple regions on the go: Europe, North America, and Oceania. So, of course, Europe has the most teams, and will have the most advancing to the finals potentially. As Oceania only 1 spot and 2 for North America, which I think is representative of the development of the teams.
Speaking of Oceania, you can see the Vox logo there, but Vox have just released their team, actually, which is really sad for me because there's so much history. Obviously, the team, the players together will continue, you know, with bigger and better things. But I was speaking to the Vox guy, and he said, like, you know, Richard, we've had offers coming in for the team time and time again, but they're getting to a level now where their offers are so high they can't refuse them, basically. So something's going to happen. And I don't know if Sponge was trolling on Twitter or something, but he said, you know, basically he semi-indicated that maybe they're looking to move to North America. I don't know if this is true or not. I have no idea. I haven't spoken to him since he tweeted that. But who knows if they're even going to stay in the Oceania region.
They'll have, like, jobs and stuff as well. Like, they'll have very... I mean, as you'd expect, because in Oceania, until maybe, like, fairly recently, there wasn't any cause to even think that you could be a professional player of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Because there weren't enough leagues, tournaments, financial support, organizations. But now we're starting to see that. We had Vox when they came over playing a couple tournaments in a row, able to do quite well, show that they could, like, you know, hey, actually, if we just had the environment, we could be really good. So they've been given calls now to actually go seeking, or, you know, Xbox, they've been given calls to go seek a way to do this, and that'd be amazing if they could, because they're huge fan favorites, and they've got lots of room to grow. Of course, if they can do that well in that region, going into European teams, into North American teams, I would love to see how they would be able to perform if they just had the right practice.
Yeah, and who knows? You know, again, yeah, these guys work full time, but I get the impression that if they're willing to leave Vox again, their history is so esteemed. Their record with Vox is absolutely insane. Their win-loss record is completely bananas, and you know, it's change. Change happens, and you have to go along with it. But I feel like they're likely to be in a situation where they no longer have to work full time.
That'd be cool. I mean, that's where things are going with CS. And I can't even imagine how things will look in 2016 and 2017, how many players will be full-time. And then we're going to get this environment where every big team will have a coach, like a good coach, hopefully. Hopefully that will develop, because I think there's going to be choices for certain players to make coming down the line. And that will be, I think, to be, you know, okay, am I going to be a coach or will I not be a coach? This is a really hard decision, of course. And a lot of players, I think, especially the ones who are going to make it now, I mean, you don't want to make it now because everything's just started to get good for you if you're a player. You're starting to get the competitions, get the exposure, get the opportunity to really play full time. And that's something that a lot of the more old school players, they never really got that chance. You had to be either like top 1, top 2, top 3 to really even be in a position where you could play everything and really explore the full depth of yourself as a professional player in the long term. So for many people, it's been like a pipe dream that never was really fulfilled for the more old school players.
That might be why we're seeing a lot of them come back as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Robin starting to play again and so on. Who knows if he'll take it further, but
that's so true.
I wouldn't be surprised, right? Who could blame them?
Yeah, no, definitely. And but this is a very interesting thing, right? Because usually it's going to be the more experienced players that become the coaches because they're done playing. But they never even really got to properly explore their career. And I think that's kind of one of the weird dynamics that's going on right now. And the coaching thing is like such a big deal. Like every pro team needs a coach, like a good coach.
But I'm also curious, like, let's say they do go to, say, North America. Who picks them up? Because EG might be an option. Or the people go, oh, well, EG tweeted that, they want to pick up an American team. But there's no one to pick up. So let's not hold them to a tweet. It's not a legal contract.
Hey, they could buy people.
But it could be.
Contracts.
But it could be a COD team, like Optic or something, or other COD. That's like the only COD team I know. So it could be anyone else. But anyway, we're going to get into the knife now. I think Virtus.pro are about 58% on CS:GO Lounge League gaming bets. We'll have to see how it goes. Again, while NiP are currently 0-4 in the league, it's not going to stay that way forever. Okay, so knives are coming out.
We might even be able to get a threat on as well because he's actually, I think, arrived actually. We could allow him to jump on.
Why not? Throw him on. Let's go.
Come on down, Mr. Threat.
Game Show Dan is back.
There you go. Producer Reese can fix you. Producer Reese needs to do some fixing, James.
He does.
He needs to fix things.
We need to keep him on his toes. Let's make it happen.
Alright. So.
Are they stuck in each other? Indeed they are.
This is a good moment to be fixing things. Right now there's no gameplay happening. Alright, so gonna be going live now into the knife. And we'll have to see exactly
into the pistol.
Into the pistol, James. They just did a knife.
I need to just fix Kubin. He's stuck on the game.
Okay, yeah, the coaching is messed up. It's quite funny because we were just talking about coaches as well, and like how imperative they are, and now can't even get them in.
They're invading the game, Dan.
They can't get into the game.
They're causing problems.
Yeah.
So just before this game gets started, so I think we could continue that conversation quickly, right? So, like, I don't really know all these big orgs in other games because I don't play games. I play Counter-Strike. That's it. I bought BioShock Infinite. I haven't played it once. I bought it on release.
On a release that was like years ago.
I know. And it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get to play it. I'm not going to get to play it, Dan.
There's a lot of games like that for me as well.
I have to play Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I have to. I was playing. I need another Razer mouse mat actually for home because I brought my one from home into here, and I used another mouse mat. I was like, oh crap! I wanted to play earlier, and I only had this mouse mat that had like a tea stain on it, and it's like rough. It's uneven.
What kind of tea was it?
Yorkshire tea. Okay,
so you had milk in there.
I don't do milk, mate.
That's good.
I just do tea.
That's good.
I don't do milk and coffee.
Actually,
I just do coffee.
You know, like one of the benefits of drinking like that.
Do you know how I like my coffee, Dan? Black. Benefits of what?
So okay, so let's say you're drinking your coffee black without milk, right, and without any sugar either. Because there's this thing, right, when you're a gamer, it's called spillages, James. Spillages happen all the time, and they ruin lives. They ruin keyboards. And they ruin all kinds of things.
Edward can attest to that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spilled a sugary drink into Flamey's keyboard. I don't know how that even happens. I didn't see it happen, but I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, it caused like a 10-minute delay as well. And actually, it's funny because I know there was like a runner on the stage who was helping me out, like grabbing players and stuff. And he got the keyboard. He's like, I got Flamey's keyboard. I'm gonna sell this on eBay.
Nice.
But yeah, so the point I was going to make is one of the benefits of drinking stuff like that doesn't have any sugar in it, like sugar-free stuff or whatever, is that actually that's usually where the damage comes in. If it's like if it's mostly water-based or whatever, it will like fairly evaporate fairly easily, and then all the electronics will usually be fine.
Yeah.
But if there's sugar, then you're screwed because it would just stay in there. Like all the water would evaporate and just got a sticky mess.
You know, it is possible to like fully wash keyboards like with water and things, but you have to let them dry naturally.
Yeah,
if you try and like artificially dry them, then that's when you get problems.
Yeah, like the problem as well is like mechanical keyboards, because mechanical keyboards, if you can't like go into the switch easily. If stuff gets into the switch, you're in trouble.
Like what? Like
sugar.
Like sugar or crisps.
Yeah, like crisps. I don't know if crisps would actually manage to make their way into the actual switches themselves.
I think it's Japan, maybe Korea as well, they have this device which is like you know people have that like long stick with a handle on to pick up litter from the floor. They have a smaller version for eating crisps so they don't get oily fingers for their computers. So they have a big bag of crisps and have a little. It's like that long, and it's just they can just pick up crisp and eat the crisp that way.
But what if you like crush it and then it crumbles everywhere? Just got to
well, I think the area of force is wider, so it's not less likely to crush.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess it's like they probably the crisps are probably made in a way that would allow that to work easily as well.
Well, it doesn't come with crisps. It just you buy the crisps separately there.
Yeah, but it's like with rice, you know, like if you use rice with chopsticks, the rice is more starchy, so that you can kind of.
Oh yeah, there's that.
So like, you see what I mean?
I don't think they would design like all their brands of crisps though around the stick to eat crisps. I think the crisps probably came first.
stick to eat crisps.
Yeah. So hey, somebody tweet us a picture of this. Someone out there must know what this thing is, or be able to find it. It reminds me actually of when I was in the arcades in Japan, because I literally went into every single arcade I walked past. They had these, you know, those machines where you can win prizes. Where here they're kind of designed for you to fail.
You just described an arcade.
No, I mean one's the claws. The claw games. Like if the stewards will watch you, right? If you try like 3 times and you fail, they will open the cabinet and move the object to make it easier for you to win. It's ridiculous. But I didn't want that because I'm competitive, right? I want to defeat the blasted thing. But they had really weird prizes in there. Like one of the prizes was a remote control shopping cart. You could win a remote control shopping cart. I have a picture of it. I'll tweet it later. They had a bag of sweet potatoes. It was in a box. I actually really wanted it because it was just such a bizarre.
But how big was it? Was it actually like practically big? Because it's something that you could actually.
No. It was a scaled down one. It was like similar to the size of a racing car, a toy racing car. It was a toy shopping cart, remote control.
But you can have big toy racing cars or small toy racing cars. They're not just like this big or real size. That's what I'm getting at.
Medium size.
Medium size. But
like kind of this big.
All right. You know, like we just did the this big thing, and anyway.
We missed 2 kills then.
Interesting.
We missed lots of stuff.
Well, we're going back in right now, and Virtus.pro are going to be in actually a fairly decent position. So the fact that the bomb is down, that is causing them issues right now, and it's going to be collected, and they will make their way back towards the A bomb site with that one. And the problem now is that allu's been lurking around. He's been spotted by Quad, so he'll be finished off potentially by byali. They got a nice crossfire on him as well, but actually how on earth is allu still alive right now? pasha was just not able to get to him. I thought that he had all the time in the world to make that kill before allu came into play there, but it will be the round for NiP, and that's all because the bomb was just dropped in and spawned. So that's kind of ridiculous to lose a round in that way. Such an important one as well. It's going to give NiP, of course, a good economy that they want to start off the match with here on the CT side of train, which is always very important. But we do have some deeks. We've got triple deeks out actually from Virtus.pro, so this is something that they could definitely make good use of. We're seeing a resurgence of deagles lately, despite the RNG. byali will pick up a kill, and if you have really solid aim, it can still be very, very good. And GetRight's going to fall back a little bit. GetRight famously very good on the inner rolls, but they're getting wrecked.
Yeah, the problem with that angle is that Tech9 does so much damage. It's going to be a lot more accurate than that T90, just spraying bullets all over the place with less armor penetration. So only 3 NiP players remain. Things starting to get a little bit ugly here for them. Forest going down as well to the deagle of byali, existing to 9 HP. I think that NiP are about to lose their first round of this map. allu doing what he can, but he's got a crossfire coming in. He's got to know that there's going to be a trade kill coming in, and there it is. Not much he could do in that situation, but he did what damage he could for whatever it's worth. 1-1 now, Virtus.pro tying things up on the T side. An early round for them. You can see NiP stuck on around $1,500.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the deagles as well is that you can like really do a lot with the deagles if you're able to actually get the tags in, and you can even play for the tags if you want. Like you can even just go and try to get the body shots, and if there's a bunch of you and the likelihood of hitting the body shots is higher, then you can do a lot of damage, and we saw that actually happening in that previous round. So now we're going to see NiP in a really horrendous situation. They need to win this round, otherwise a team like Virtus.pro could even run away with this to a map win. They're that good on their T side.
Before I came here, I just did the 60 deagle kill thing operation, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I'd like that.
We'll see if we get 60 deagle kills in this map. Unlikely at the moment. NiP going for the force, but they are not finding any frags just yet. And Virtus.pro will have the range advantage with these AKs with that M4. Only Nova to lose on TaZ, but he'll opt for the more dynamic Tech 9 up close. So that's another solid round here for Virtus.pro. Get an upgrade onto what are the players? TaZ getting rid of his Nova. There it is, get the AK coming out. So NiP going to be on the full eco this time.
Yeah, this is really rough. Again, Virtus.pro have a really strong T side, and for NiP to have their money be screwed straight away, it's going to cause Virtus.pro to take loads of rounds here. And now we can see them going for an easy cleanup. Some amount of damage, of course, is required by NiP. Then you really need to get a couple of frags on the board, but it's just impossible when we have such a strong showing here from Virtus.pro on the rifles, and they don't look like they are faltering at all. And even in that round where with the Deagles, the way that Virtus.pro were playing NiP was pretty phenomenal. They were abusing their rotation every time they got a kill. They're moving into spots where there was nobody occupying, where the defense was really thin. So you can really tell that they've got great game sense on this map.
Alright, so we'll see if Virtus.pro can continue their momentum, continue causing havoc for the NiP side. Going to be lacking helmets. Oh wow, Xizt with a 3-man spray down. He has noted another one. Is he going to get an ace in a matter of seconds? This is taking out 4. We saw some crazy wipeouts in North America yesterday, and it's a bit early now, but we're seeing the same thing. Xizt with a 4K out of nowhere.
The crazy thing with spray downs like that is that he had an M4A 1S, so just the 20 bullets, and to get 3 frags with that is at that range is pretty unlikely, but he managed to pull it off, and of course that is going to allow them now to have a chance back into this one. But actually, this could have been the round to lose, because Virtus.pro picked up some clean rounds, and now if they're able to abuse NiP here, and Virtus.pro have not even shown them their proper T rounds yet. So if they're able to actually take this, then there's going to be issues here for NiP, but Xizt, oh, he really needed to make that frag onto Snax. That would have been really huge, but he is going to survive with Snax, and Xizt in his forward position is going to have to just be very wary, because now Snax knows what's up.
Yeah, and Snax is rolling with the AWP, so that would have been a super important frag, and we'll see if that comes into play later. Oh, he's going to get finished off by Forest, so finally does go down, but Ali's going to be pushed immediately by Virtus.pro. 2 quick frags there, Xizt and Friberg going down. Virtus.pro with the man advantage. Bomb still left in a passive position towards T spawn. I don't think it's been seen by NiP. Forest getting even more work done with those silenced M4s. Trade coming in by pasha. Get Right is now the only one remaining. He is using M4A4, so once he starts firing shots, they will know exactly where he is. Bomb is being retrieved by the final player here, TaZ. He's going to try and take down Get Right, tag him to 26 HP. Get Right has a Molotov. Maybe he can use that to try and stop a plant. There are 30 seconds left though, so TaZ still has options available to him. Get Right is going to reset the situation by moving to a completely different area. So TaZ has many little corners, nooks and crannies to eliminate here as he runs out of time to get the plant. 13 seconds. Now this Molotov becomes more and more important if Get Right goes for it. But he's got the right angle, going to shoot TaZ straight in the face, and that's another round, an important round on the board for NiP.
Yeah, 3-3 is like a really nice scoreline now for them, having considered where they were. That spray down from Xizt is still being felt, and we can see that Virtus.pro still have, I mean, they should still be buying here because they can still destroy the economy of NiP. So they're still in a really dangerous place at the moment, and we're going to actually get a bit of a pause coming in, so we can take a few moments to reflect on some of these rounds and some of these situations. But I mean, despite the fact Virtus.pro losing the grip of the money at the moment, and there is somewhat of a recovery, it's still underway for NiP. Virtus.pro is still dangerous, and they still already have 3 rounds on the T side, and it's Virtus.pro.
One thing I wanted to say about Xizt was that I spoke to him, and he was thoroughly enjoying the freedom he's been afforded by not being the main in-game caller. That said, he is doing a lot of mid-round calling as well still, so there's still that. You can see Bjorn has joined us. Mr. Bjorn. I keep calling you Bjorn, but it's Bjorn.
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 Bjorn. Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Bjorn.
That's not what he said.
No.
No.
Bjorn.
All the Swedes watching, it's like, oh my god.
Bjorn.
Dan Plocks.
Bjorn.
Yeah, that's
Bjorn.
almost.
You can stop
Bjorn.
saying stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, Xizt is enjoying the freedom he's been afforded by not being the main in-game leader. Whiston came up to me at the after party actually. And he's like, say my name. And I was like, wow, this is a bit early for this, isn't it? But I said it correctly, actually. But if I said it, if I said
I
it
did
now,
not believe that at all.
If I said it now, I think I'd probably say it wrong.
Yeah, of course. You can say that now. I don't believe it. You did it live on the show with.
I said Huitan.
His reaction.
Huitan. Huitan.
Huitan. See that?
But you're doing like a.
It's like when you're talking in Swedish. It's like a boxing move. It's like Huitan.
No? Is this one like smooth?
Huitan.
Huitan.
What?
Huitan.
Huitan. Why did he just change his name like to Jeff or something? You know, everyone can say Jeff, right?
Yeah,
even Dan can say Jeff.
You should tell him that he should switch nickname to Jeff.
Yeah.
Or Bob, maybe.
Or Jeffton.
Jeffton.
He said someone called him Sky Kitten, which is amazing. That's awesome. I wish we had called him that first, then we could just call him Sky Kitten. That's really cute. I want to be a Sky Kitten, Dan.
Flying around the sky. Just, what would you do up there?
I wouldn't be flying around. I'd just be in one place, just stuck in the sky.
But it'd be pretty amazing because you got all the birds flying around. That sounds amazing. You got a plentiful source of food. You can travel anywhere in the world.
I suppose, but if you're stuck in one place, you can't because you're. I just want to be. I don't want to fly. I don't want to be a fly Sky Kitten. I just want to be just in the sky, just in one place. I want to have my own personal space, Dan. This is me.
So basically,
I'm here.
You're not Ceiling Cat, but you're like the even more perverted version of Ceiling Cat because you're Sky Cat. You can see everything.
I'm not Ceiling Cat. I'm Sky Kitten. Wow, you just turn this into something else, Dan. I don't know where to go now from this. I think it's time to pull the pin.
Do it.
No, the game's about to start.
Okay.
Shortly, again.
Okay.
So where is this game going?
It's 3-3 right now, right?
Yeah.
And NiP winning the pistol, and it's already 3-3. It's not a good situation. And it looked almost too easy when Virtus won that eco round, when they went for the inner bomb site and then just went back to pop dog. And that's what we're probably going to see a lot from Virtus. They sort of commit to a site, like smoke down low on B, for example, try to go down, even show the bomb, then go back to pop dog, and they can go back 3 or 4 times before they actually commit to a site. And it's so hard to deal with that as CT because you never want to. It's so hard to rotate it because you're never going to know where the actual push is going to go.
Yeah, I think it looked like GetRight was having some trouble holding down the B bomb site on that empty eco again because he's got the P90 and he's trying to peek one certain angle, but the guy's just waiting there with the Tech 9, just doing that basically, which is going to be hard. Like I don't know how much you can do against that without say a Molotov or something, but you know when he's got the numbers disadvantage as well, he can't be getting the nades out, so it looks hard.
Yeah, I think the Virtus.pro will win this easily.
Easily?
No.
Okay.
So I mean, I think they might have an eco now. I think 2 of them had around 3K.
No, they can force. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they actually have us.
Yeah,
they go for the scout.
Yeah, so this is the ridiculous thing actually, because they put themselves in the spot where it's kind of the perfect round to lose because NiP don't have money, and they had that situation for 2 rounds now. NiP having to spend everything. So this can I mean, if NiP win this round, they can save this, but they must win this round. They really must.
Orp onto allu. Scout onto pasha. Previously saw Snax with the Orp, and then he's got it again actually. So 2 snipers for the Virtus.pro team. Look at the rotation coming in from NiP. They seem to have some information. allu going to start the proceedings there with a frag onto NEO, who was largely in charge on top of the train. But it hasn't really paid off for him. TaZ very low as well. Is he going to push for the smoke though?
Well, so far his commitment here to this B-bomb side. They're not going to go back. TaZ trying to make his way in. He's going to be able to take down GetRight off the ladder, and the bomb will be going down. It's got cover of Snax with the AWP, long range as well. And Bieli, great prediction there. Anticipated wonderfully Xizt push. And he is going to allow Snax to have some breathing space to reposition himself with that AWP. And this is starting to look good for Virtus.pro, but oh my goodness, what is going on there? Just pulling out the knife. Friberg is going to clean that up easily against Bieli, leaving it all onto Snax for Virtus.pro as he makes his way down the ramp and looks to see if he can get a quick frag. Oh wow! Did it actually bounce off of Friberg? That? No, okay, landed perfectly.
Oh
so
no, he's got time to do it.
I think no! Yeah. Oh wow, that was
Friberg, please.
Oh my god!
Wow,
that was so crushed by Friberg.
All the edges there were literally at breaking points. Jumping into the fire, the bomb going off, the flames. He flashed himself as well, trying to flash upper B. I don't know how he managed to get out of that alive, but he did. Very important round for NiP.
Yeah, and Virtus now on a 4-spy, so if NiP manages to survive with a lot of players this round, they're actually have a good opening back into the scene.
Okay, so the smoke's coming in, and NiP are going to choose an aggressive option, but pasha, somewhat unseen, is not going to get the frag, and they're all going the way of NiP so far. Byali coming in top of the train again, this time on Nexov. A Xizt kill. Tech9 doing work as well. Allu's quite heavily tagged, and now NiP are in an interesting situation, but get right with 2 frags, one from the M4, one from the pistol, to clean things up. So they limited the damage. Virtus.pro could have almost won that if they took down Allu there. 2 versus 2. They pick up a rifle, all the sneaky corners in the trains, and who knows what could happen. But NiP will prevail in a very fast round from both sides.
I think Virtus is happy with that round though. They just bought some Kevlars, a few Xizt, and getting 2 kills should be enough to pressure the economy here of NiP.
So it seems that against the presumed eco or force, NiP wanted to just take charge of all the choke points there and not allow Virtus.pro to get in those sneaky situations. But the spray down, such a war of attrition at the moment between these two teams. Ooh, that was very painful indeed.
That's just pushing Jalli meanwhile as well, and that kill is so cool here for Virtus.pro. That's gonna create a really weird situation though, because the bomb is actually down towards Team main and there's nobody nearby to pick it up, and it's now a 2-on-2 thanks to Friberg as Snax goes in, looks for the frag from Popdog, isn't going to pull it off. It's going to be Forrest who comes out on top, and now pasha is going to slowly make his way through connector onto a frag. There it is, going to find it and puts it back to a 1-on-1, but still 50 seconds left, which is good for him, but he still needs to get that bomb down. And Forrest, oh, there it is. Wow, that was I think he was running there actually when that headshot connected. That's kind of crazy, but 6-3, NiP have successfully recovered, but all the buys are still coming in from Virtus.pro.
Only one survivor yet again for NiP, so and Virtus still have an opening to force NiP to an eco, but I mean NiP is still winning the rounds and they're actually leading 6-3 now, so if they just keep doing this, they will actually be fine.
I feel like the mid to late game when there's like 2 people left for each side is highly variable on this map, purely because of how many angles you need to try and look at. Like, all these guys are getting shot like in the side or in the back of the head, so I think a lot of these things end up being on a knife edge. 2 kills of Virtus.pro here onto NiP, that's the important bit, and they've picked up a rifle onto TaZ though. He is heavily tagged, and Friberg's just charging in, causing all kinds of havoc. pasha gonna flank him with the deagle, and there comes TaZ with the rifle. Nade coming out, wrong time. Get right gonna bring it to a 1 versus 1. So he is location known, pasha location unknown. Now we have the battle of the angles. Who is going to find the correct one first?
There's a minute left too, so this sucks for Get Right, because he knows that pasha can actually just be anywhere at all on the map, and that's I think the variance you were speaking to as well. Just the fact that how do you anticipate this? It's more or less impossible to have a very strong read of the situation, and Get Right is just looking to see if maybe TaZ was going to go for that road. pasha will go for the road through Jalli, but he's actually going to find him, and Get Right's going to win the duel. I mean, that lack of Kevlar was an issue, and another round won by NiP, but again, down to 1 player.
We have a pause here. Seems to be some issues with the Snax, and yeah, as you said, 1 player surviving for NiP yet again, so a lot of pressure on their economy, but they keep winning the round, so
yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, sure, their chances to continue, their long-term chances are like very volatile, but hey, if they're actually winning the rounds, then hey, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. The economy is important, but you win the game by winning rounds.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, in this situation where the CTs are surviving a few plays and they've got fewer things to work with, do you feel like they need to be more aggressive to take deeper control of, let's say, the A part of the site? Well, yeah, because they've got limited resources, etc.
Yeah, I actually think so. The problem is, it's very hard to go aggressive on train if you don't have proper flashes and smokes, because the terrorists can stand in angles in Team main and pop, just hold you with an op. So you basically need to smoke them off before you can push to electric box, before you can push up to T quad, and maybe even go up on the trains and try to like have those aggressive positions. So it's a very hard position when you're CT on train. Like, how do you handle that? Some people actually go for the FAMAs just to prioritize the smoke before over the actual M4.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they have the nades, I actually think NiP has enough to buy nades. So wouldn't be surprised if they actually go pretty aggressive now.
Yeah, I do think it's there's a lot of fine detail in the buying choices of the CTEs here, because we can see the effect of the silenced M4s, because it can net you 2 kills where it would otherwise net you 1, and you'd get traded a lot more often if you have something like a FAMAS or an M4A4. So those are difficult choices for the CTs to make, and I'm wondering, I feel like these are the kind of like minute detail things that are going to take months to develop on the new train. So I'm curious to see how it's going to end up.
Yeah, exactly. There doesn't seem to be any like super powerful opening nade as a CT yet. You see some teams molotoving the T main area, but it's not like the smoke on banana, for example, like a smoke that is a must almost.
Yeah.
You basically see them running out of CT connector and just improvising some flashes and smoke. So maybe it's not that important right now, but it might like change in the meta if some team like figure out a super powerful smoke or something.
I believe in terms of rush distances, I think the CTs get to connector and get an angle on T main, say with an AWP or also sniper, faster than the Ts can get there. And I think earlier on in the development of the play on train, we saw some people rushing to connector on the CT side of, say, an auto sniper and trying to hold the angle, but that seems to have fallen out of favour now. We're seeing the AWP a little bit more often, but no, in terms of nades and so on, I think if you're going to have that kind of setup, the first guy needs to hold the angle in case they get peeked, otherwise you're going to get shot. Like this, it's interesting.
I wonder if it's possible to throw the nade over that roof in connector, because there's this like little roof you can boost on, connected to the left.
Yeah.
You can throw nades over that, and maybe if you like work on a perfect angle, like work on like a move you do from when coming from CT spawn, maybe you can just throw a nade before you even show yourself from that angle.
Yeah. We'll have to see how things continue to develop here. So we don't have any information as to the status of the Virtus.pro team at the moment. As you can see, they are suffering some DDoS. They haven't had that for a while, actually, and they have taken precautions, but it's easier said than done. So I think it's time to take a quick break here, and then we will come back when their team is ready to resume the match. So Dan, finish off for me. Okay, we'll see you after the break, guys.
When I grab your hand, you turn away. We chased after the sun and the fading light of day. Watch the broken shards slip away. Cambridge to Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's whistling the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let him taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot.
Hello, welcome back to the show. Virtus.pro are ready to resume, and so are we, just about, with Mute Dan and
Threat.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn? Okay, then we can do that. I'm ahead of you now. How do you say it?
Bjorn.
It's wrong, isn't it?
It's actually
Bjorn.
a
Bjorn.
bit better, but
Bjorn. Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Bjorn.
You like
Bjorn.
Bjorn. It's just Bjorn.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, you can call me Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Okay, Threat, aka Buongiorno. So Virtus.pro double AWPs, Neo and Snax. The third one going to be on allu. See where these AWPs are located at the moment. Although one's just gone down. allu getting taken down by pasha there. Forest on the mag 7, so they've gone for the force. And you can see they have gone for the more aggressive take here with the limited funds. And you can tell me if you think it's worked out 1 for 1 at the moment. But Forest has upgraded his mag 7 for an AWP, which they will be aware of because it was at the top of the ladder. Now it's disappeared.
Yeah, it's looking like an interesting situation here. As far as Virtus.pro are concerned, they have a lot of options. As it's 4-on-4, again, we saw earlier, they're very good at finding holes when they've created that thin defense for the CTs. And this is really nice by NiP because they actually have 3 towards the A bomb site, which is the kind of correct way to play this situation, I think.
Yeah, especially because they're leaving one guy in connector. They're just going to go for the inner retake, knowing that in a 4v4 it's actually pretty easy to retake that site. pasha with only 16 HP as well.
But now they've actually put 2 players back towards B here, so they're going to have a weaker defense, although Friberg will slow them down towards Jalli and get some damage in as well, and a call for his teammates, and they will rush into the fray and quickly deliver sweet death upon Virtus.pro as Snax goes for the quick plant. He's only got 1 teammate to help him out. He's got an AWP as well, so he's going to be in some awkward situations as his teammate will go down. So Snax with 3 players to kill, playing against the potential DPs with the CTs. Oh, that he could not afford to miss that shot, but he won't miss a second time. He uses the train to try to get himself into a better position. He's going to pick up the frag, and Snax now 1-on-1, and he might just have done this now because he's wasted a lot of time. Forest going to go over the top here, just spamming away with the pistol. He will find the frag, but Forest, he doesn't have a kit, and he can't find one on the ground. So Snax did it. Great movement with the train, and that's something that we used to love to see in the old 1.6 days, like amazing movement with the trains to get like cool little engagements.
Yeah, he abused the ladder there so he could just fly to the train to the right side, so he could just kill the diffuser and then just buy time in that 1v1. So awesome play there from Snax, and as we've been talking about earlier, NiP is broke now, so great opening now for Virtus.pro to go for those 6-7 rounds in this half.
Forrest is a good, or he had a good spawn to get that peek into connector, but he's chosen to change his direction. So, the aggression from TaZ. He just wants more. What he will find. Get right, gonna go for a push, and he will pick up himself a gun. So they have to worry about the flank now, and Forrest is already in a very advanced position. I have no idea how he got into that position in the first place, but here he is. Now Virtus.pro have lost all control of the B bomb site. Their backs, they have no walls to put their backs against at the moment. byali trying to run away, gets taken down. So it's Snax once again on his own versus the remainder of NiP. allu still with just a pistol though.
The clutch. Can it come again from Snax? Now, he's got actually a lot of options here. Again, lots of time to play with. And there's not any armor on these players, so you would actually expect him to have a favorable situation. Considering that the CTs are split up, will he spot the first play? I think he spotted the head. That is critical. Had he not spotted that, he would have gone for the plant, and he may be just dead right now. But here comes allu. Oh, sorry, get right just in time. And that is really, really good there for NiP now picking up this round. Because I think Virtus.pro, despite getting the bomb down, I think that they're going to be reset here. So let's take a quick look at the money and see what they're going to be looking at. So 800 plus 1400s. So that is going to be something in the region of 3500. So they won't be able to get the buy-in.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem if you just commit to the low ramp and just ignore the higher parts of the inner side.
Look at that math.
Because Forrest could just stand there and just kill 3 people from the side.
Right, so we'll see what Virtus.pro can do with this eco. And again, last time Virtus.pro were on eco, we saw NiP coming in very aggressive. See if they do the same here, or if they can change things up. He's got the shocker nod towards the A-bomb site from Virtus.pro. So far, so good for NiP. 4 men down, only pasha remaining. He's killed Xizt. Can he get any more damage in? Again, he can make this fairly expensive, but the pre-fire will be enough. Friberg taking down pasha to get another round on the board. So after a shaky start, it's looking like a good score so far for NiP as we go into the dying rounds of the first half.
I feel really bad for ever doubting the CT side of NiP, but they were not in good positions repeatedly. Like Virtus.pro did have loads of options to actually just have a crushing result in the first half, but NiP have actually managed to pull this together to something that looks like how it should always have gone.
Yeah, Virtus has actually gotten 2 entry kills, 2 rounds, like clean entry kills, and then they just lose the round. And they lost at Eco to NiP, where Force got 3 kills with that off. So Virtus having like, a good openers in the rounds, but not managing to close them out.
On the subject of ladders that you were mentioning earlier, it's also like the movement on and off ladders can be really useful. Like on Mirage in the ladder room next to CPL, you can fly off the ladder. Like if you have an AWP, for example, you can fly off the ladder and land and insta-peek through the crawl space into CPL, which is always really nice to do in deathmatch and so on. So definitely worth trying at home. It's always good to have your movement. You can see JW, one of the players at the top of their movement, bouncing around like he's playing Super Mario Brothers with an AWP, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah, we actually saw JW playing aggressive pop dog on train at DreamHack. I think it even was in the final versus Navi. He was the position Force had with the mag, as we just saw. He had that position with an op.
Yeah, I remember him doing it on the old train as well. You know, he's crazy like that.
This is why everyone says that JW is rifling with an op, basically, because he takes those positions as a rifler. As a rifler would, but just with an op all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just confused. He's like,
if you would ask me, like, where's the worst position you can take on train with an op? I'd say, like, probably going aggressive pop, and actually going forward and peeking up the ladder. That's probably the absolute worst position. JW, I'm gonna do it. And I think he got, and then he got like 3 kills as well. Like, what?
Yeah, that's a serious deterrent. JW is in pop dog with an AWP. Well, lads, you go first. I'll throw the flash. You know. Good luck with that. So Virtus.pro experiencing yet more problems here, and they're back in about 30 seconds, says producer Reese.
That's like on the little intro thingy that I did at DreamHack. I just called him like the most unpredictable elite AWPer, because some people always call him unpredictable. That's a nice thing to describe that with, because in theory all that stuff is like really inconsistent and terrible. But this is the cool thing about a game like this, and one of the reasons why I really don't like some of the you need individual play to stand out, basically, because individual play changes the equations. If you've got someone who's so good at something, unlike let's say a poker hand where the aces have a value, although the value does change depending on what cards come up. You know, pre-flop there's a value, right? But with JW,
you need personality.
As an AWPer, his skill enables things that other AWPers cannot do. So he breaks the rules. So plays that would be more like minus EV for some players become plus EV for him, because most of the time he's going to actually make it work. And so that's like a crazy dynamic, and that's why like from an improvement perspective, it's always good to watch good players, but you have to be very careful actually which players you do watch, because some players are just too good, and they will do stuff that just looks great, but it's actually really stupid for anybody else to try it.
Yeah, I completely agree. If you're taking that position in pop dog, you have to hit the shot, and you have to hit 2 straight shots in close combat for it to be worth it.
Yeah, and if you land those, then you pretty much win the round.
And you get on HLTV highlights.
Okay, so NiP versus Virtus.pro continues. 2 rounds left in the first half. Virtus.pro 5 rounds down. Trades coming in. We've seen a lot of fast rounds here once the bullets start to fly, and indeed we're seeing the same again. Virtus.pro trying to advance. More trades coming in, but they're going the way of NiP at the moment. If we all stay committed to the A site. The bomb, however, seems to be heading up Pop Dog, making a quick exit as the final trades come in on the A site. pasha going down, taking Friberg with him. Snax live for 29 HP to get shot in the face, in fact, by Get Right, and that will be that.
I can't believe the score is 10-4 in favor of NiP. Virtus has had such good openings in the rounds, but only managing to win 4, and that's counting the 2 ecos NiP had early in the in this up.
Yeah, and just look at their money. Like, it just tells a story. They've been on this kind of money like all the time, but for some reason, Virtus.pro couldn't win that one round to force them to eco. Like the Virtus.pro keep being in awesome positions. But we actually have a 3-man push up inner here. Maybe they were predicting a quick rush into the B site. So playing against that timing, and indeed, Virtus.pro are going to go in with the bulk of the lineup, and Forest is going to be there to greet them. Xizt in there with support, and this round is all over already.
I was really worried that Forest was going to get traded there because he was staying up there so long, but it was almost a bait, sort of nades coming in as well. Then he moves back and another guy comes in, and he just completely dominated the round and somehow did not lose a single player. So seems that all these picks of train by NiP was starting to pay off for them.
Yeah, but the thing is that they have to do well on the CT side, whereas I mean, you can get a lot of rounds on the T side of this map. I think it's a little bit easier, of course, than the old trains. So, and I feel like NiP, that's where they're weak. They're weak on this side, and if Virtus.pro have a strong defense, it's going to be pretty sick.
Forest with a great half, getting 21 kills.
Wow.
Actually, what's funny is Xizt has 9 kills, and then one of the rounds we saw him with a 4-man spray down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, not much impact other than that, it would seem.
It's all positional, though, on the CT side. He might be the man with the flashbangs, allowing other people to get the kills. So, NiP, though, it's their time to shine on the T side, but Virtus.pro have other ideas. RIP and Pierogi for Get Right, and Friberg. Xizt goes there as well. Only allu and Forest remaining. The bomb gets planted at least. I think there was an attempt at an insta-defuse there from Patrik, actually. I think he was literally just standing behind him. Yeah, he was. He was going for the instant diffuse. And he got taken down. Very cheeky indeed. He wants the highlights. He wants the YouTubes.
And a thing I find hilarious in that round was the flash that NiP threw over A main, which flashed the guy in CT connector for like 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. It can be weird like that. I made a flash from short on A, on Dust 2, into mid, but if you're like at the back of mid, it doesn't flash you for very long. Unfortunately, so it's kind of useless in that sense. There we go. The plot comes in, but it's VP who will have the guns, the toys. They've been to Hamley to come out with sharp objects. Here comes the push from NiP, however. Going for another plant there, but this time Friberg will have no cover whatsoever. I don't think there was a smoke or anything. Just a raw plant attempt. pashaBiceps will go down. That's it for now. Xizt will get shot with the dart gun there. That is a weird knife.
And good round there from Virtus. We're going to see NiP going for the buy now, of course. Do have 4 smokes, so let's see if they go for an execute here, or just go for a more default kind of play. Bomb going towards the inner usually means you're going for a default. Actually, there might be... The bomb's actually committing here.
There's a decoy up there. TaZ just ready and waiting with his UMP. There's a good recoil pattern on that gun. We'll see if he can put it into use against these 5 AKs. NiP definitely with a stronger buy here. Although you never know with a P90.
And they are actually looking potentially quite good to actually defend this. They've got 2 on the site. No one's in connector though, and let's see if NiP can get the opening. Smoke is going to come in, and oh dear, that's not very good, is it, for NiP? Is Virtus.pro going to annihilate them before they can even really make a move down the ramp? And what was looking like a... What is with the ladder sound?
Yeah, it's a new ladder sound. It's been there for a week or 2.
Really?
Yeah, we definitely had a conversation about this.
Okay, well, it's NiP trying to save the round, and so far it's in finding the picks, finding some crazy jewels, and just winning them. That's pretty much the only way you can pull a situation like this together. And we're going to see some nades coming in there. Snax going to go up close and personal with a P90, and he's actually going to be just getting no action. His teammates will clean up the bomb side instead, and 11-7 will be the score. So that round was very, very flat from NiP.
That was a really bad round for NiP.
Yeah, really
they didn't kill a single person.
But
TaZ had a UMP.
But they couldn't even challenge. They weren't even able to make a challenge.
I wonder why they tried to push down the low ramp on B with only 2 people. Like, not even trying to commit to it. That was a very strange decision.
Well, they're going to find themselves back on the eco now, and Virtus.pro able to pick up 2 AKs, continue with the P90. That round cost them a few nades here or there, but next to nothing really. So looks like NiP will be committed on this occasion. Those are very deep smokes indeed. Normally you see the smokes thrown down towards connector here to give them a bit of a paper-thin wall. No nades in the bank now, just trying to go for some taps onto the site. And no kills once again. Those are 2 perfect rounds for Virtus.pro. And that really, look at the money on the team. That puts them in a very strong position.
Yeah. And NiP didn't see that kind of money after winning like 10 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. And how do NiP handle this? I mean, they can win 2 rounds in a row, and they won't even break Virtus Bank. So NiP is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, despite the leads, it doesn't tell the entire story here. So we're seeing NiP spread out across the map at Virtus.pro with 4 people in the A bomb site here. One towards Jalli. Might see a meeting of the minds over there, although there's a smoke at the moment. Forest will be the first to go down at P90, continuing Snax having a blast with that. P90 party over at team main, although he will finally upgrade for another AK. Virtus.pro have 5 weapons, of which they've only bought 2, and they've won the last 2 rounds perfectly. There are only 2 NiP players remaining, and they're still yet to find a kill onto Virtus.pro. There's the first one, byali finally going down. Now they can start to make things a little bit expensive for Virtus.pro. Although, 4 versus 1, how much more can Friberg get done here? That's going to be that. So, they take down 2 players. So they'll finally have to buy something. But with TaZ on 13k, and NEO on 13k as well, I don't think at this point it's really going to matter. So...
Yeah, NiP should actually eco here, because they should realize there's no way they're going to break Virtus Bank unless they win 3 rounds in a row or something. So it's better for them to jack, okay, let's just go for the full eco, let's have all the resources we need, and because we're going to have to win a fair fight. We can't force them to do the low buys, we can't force them to eco. We're going to have to win straight up weapon rounds versus Virtus.pro, and their siege on train. So you really need all the smokes and nades you can get.
Yeah, maybe an AWP as well, because as Threat said, the economy situation is a non-starter now. It's out. It's off the blackboard on for NiP with the tactics here. So they're just going to have to go in, with guns blazing on a max buy.
I mean, this is why I felt like NiP would lose. Well, Virtus.pro would win easily, because again, it was kind of like a crazy situation. Like there's every chance for Virtus.pro to just get maybe like 6, 7, maybe even 8 rounds on the T side. They very, very realistically could have gotten that. And we're seeing already like the difference of struggle where NiP were constantly being dealt damage to. They're not in a situation now where they're able to do that to Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro are just running up their money like crazy. So we're seeing already the difference of sides. So I think NiP really needed a stronger CT half, which is pretty nuts, because right now it looks like they don't have much of an answer for Virtus.pro's defense, and we haven't seen a solid round yet that could be maybe considered consistent.
Yeah, I mean, 11-4 is okay if you win the pistol round, which they didn't. So, and they lost the two rounds in a row flawlessly. So, as you said, NiP is in a lot of trouble, and I would say it's almost impossible to come out of this situation, because then you will need, like, even if they win a round, let's say they're doing like yard execute, they go for the bomb plant, and probably they're not going to survive with all 5 players. So that means the next round, they're going to have 3 people with maybe like a Galil, maybe they buy AK armor, they don't have a smoke, and they have to win that round as well, or their money is reset. So it's a very hard position to be in, because you basically have to win a round, and not only win it, you have to win it with a lot of people surviving as well, as T on train.
Yeah, so that's where you're having to force the issue through very small choke points, and that's highly unlikely, but we'll have to see if they can do it again. It's going to require more than a flashbang over the roof that we saw on the previous round. We should be getting back into the game very shortly indeed. So it is somewhat of a weird situation to have such a build-up of money on the CT side, but it's an interesting one, because now we can see basically NiP, they still have a lead, but their backs are definitely to the wall here. So we'll see if they can get out of the situation in a matter of seconds. Just before we start, again, make sure you hit the follow button on the channel. We have milestones as always. The next one will be 2 Dragon Lore attempts, an AK Aquamarine Revenge stat track, and a Bayonet Blue Steel open raffle for everyone, subscribers and non-subscribers alike. So, 2 round leads here for NiP. Their lead is closing by the second. We'll see if they can do more on this round than the previous. This time they've only got Forest in a position, just kind of lurking around A. And again, you've got Virtus.pro 4 people around the A site. We'll see if they start to rotate at a certain timing.
Only 1 smoke on NiP side, and that's on Xizt.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting from NiP right now, because once again we're seeing one man just trying to challenge down inner. They will actually get a nice pick into yard there from Forest, so able to make things happen now finally. And they do have everyone together. This is excellent. They're trapping the CTs in connector, gunning them down. And NiP might just be able to take that round from Virtus.pro that they needed. And almost clean as well. So yeah, there it is. First back from TaZ. Duel lost by pasha. And that's going to be it there for Virtus.pro. So NiP will see them take an almost clean round. That's going to help the money out quite significantly. But again, we're going to go for a pause, it would seem, as there are still issues here for the players at Virtus.pro.
Okay, so I'm not sure if that was Snax in connector, because one of those two CTs was just standing there and just got killed, basically. So I don't know if that was there. You can see Cuban saying that there was a crash in the middle of the round. So hopefully this will be the last of Virtus.pro's problems. But NiP, that's an important round for them, wiping out the CTs, which they will need to continue to do, as TaZ has $14,000 in the bank.
Only losing one player that round as well. So if you look at it, their resources now, they have a lot of smokes compared to the last round where they only had one. So let's see if they're going to try to do the round they did now, where they just kind of slowly went out the or trying to go for the picks. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to do that again. This time they have the smokes as well, so it might even work out better for them.
Okay, well, again, NiP trying to take over secret very slowly, but of course it's always very difficult when those smokes are up there close. You don't know if there's actually somebody in the smokes. We can see TaZ has a great angle there, gets flashed away, so good response there from NiP to get themselves safely onto secret. Now, Virtus.pro have put two players towards inner. Afraid of any early timings, but NiP are just playing the map control game here for their side of the map. But where are they going to hit here? What would be a good play for them here?
I actually think they should go towards inner, smoke down low ramp, see what they can make happen. If they notice that there's a lot of Virtus players there, they can just rotate back through pop dog.
It's a nice pop flash there by Forest off the wall. But one comes in from the CTs as well, so he cannot move on it. But that smoke will allow him to get a peek. So nice little details here on the B-bomb site. And he opens himself the first frag onto Snax. TaZ coming in for some aggression, but they're going to switch places. TaZ will find the trade eventually. 33 seconds left for NiP to push it.
Good frag there from pasha though, but we do see a return from Xizt just momentarily, and it's going to be him now against the two remainders of Virtus.pro. Ooh, good nade actually, but will actually not do the job. Just goes in, finds the spray, but he won't get the finish. NEO will be able to pick up the frag, and that's 10 rounds for Virtus.pro now, and they have reset NiP of course, but they do have some money left over.
Yeah, with only one guy going down for NiP that last round, means they can be able to buy again. However, we see, okay, they're going to go for the force buy, which is kind of interesting, but if you look at Virtus money, their bank is starting to thin out here.
Yeah, this is an important round for both teams. NiP want to get to that clutch stage of the match. Virtus.pro want to wreck everything that stands before them. So, who's going to get the first frag? Oh, they could line up for pasha here. He's going to find one. That's going to be it. He's going to retreat, try and get the nade in a nice place if they push, and indeed he will. Taking down Forest. NEO coming in for support as well. Friberg taking down byali. Man advantage for Virtus.pro. But this is the stage where it's going to be hard to try and find out where these players are. NEO looking for the trade, finds the trade. Snax coming in to save him from a get right as well. And VP survive with 3 players.
A big mistake there from NiP's part, having the bomb going alley. If you looked at the overview when pasha took the peek towards alley, you could see the rotate coming immediately from the B site as soon as he saw the bomb. The problem with having the bomb in alley is it's so committed. It takes so long to run back with the bomb. So the CTs basically know, okay, it's going to be a yard push. If you have the bomb instead going pop dog, the guys inner can't really let go because the bomb can just easily rotate back to the inner side.
They go in for a quick push though down towards secret and inner, but just with the pistols, it's not going to happen. Would be pretty ridiculous at the moment, but oh, maybe the bomb can be planted indeed. This will get it down, but still, Virtus.pro going to tie things up now, 12-12. And it doesn't feel like they're going to stop anytime soon. I think we're still lacking that consistency from NiP. They're trying to make things happen on impromptu picks, but I think there's still like a lack of structure.
Yeah, and 4 survivors once again here for Virtus being able to build up that bank, so not making things easier here for NiP.
Okay, so it's all evened up now. 12-12. Both teams with lots of nades here. AWP just on Virtus.pro side. So allu will be lacking for now. He's so consistent with the gun. Maybe he can pick it up a bit later on. Got some peek attempts over the smoke and just out of sight of Neo's reticle. Very passive from NiP so far. Oh boy. We could see what he can't see, but that would have been beautiful. He finds the frag anyway. Xizt going down.
Yeah, Friberg's going to make his way into team main. He's going to be able to pick up the kill onto pasha. Jalli, though, with the spray, he's going to be able to wipe out 2 players, get a lick of damage onto Friberg. Bomb will be recovered, but this is not going to happen. I love that from TaZ, I believe. It just runs through the fire to get the kills, and that's actually really cool. Like, preventing them from getting into a good position by sacrificing himself. And he actually even got the kills, so great stuff.
Also, great answer there from Virtus, having 3 people in the inside in the beginning, and just having 2 guys low ramp means that Neo can go for that pick from high ramp. So just to gain control of secret and not let NiP get any map control. So great answer there from Virtus.
Okay, NiP with the force. They've got the armor, they've got the techs, they've got the smokes, and they've got 2 flashes. Can they execute with these items? That is the question. They may require a bit more real estate first. I think we're going to see a nade incoming. Maybe not. So, Virtus.pro going to have 1 person aggressive on A, and the rest going to be far back with their options open to them. 2 towards B bomb site with Neo in connector. He can rotate between vision of T main, Pop Dog, and upper B in a matter of seconds, should it be required. Virtus.pro lacking the information though. NiP being passive for now. They've still got around a minute on the clock here, so they've got time for these shenanigans, just waiting for Virtus.pro to waste their nades. Although maybe the shenanigans are soon to begin here.
Yeah, it's just the Tech 9s though, so I feel like Virtus.pro have good ranges to play with, so it's hard for me to see this doing a lot of damage, but the smoke's going to come in to at least guarantee a bomb plant here. But I mean, I feel like also Virtus.pro know these positions through the smokes really well, as they played so much against Na'Vi here, and we will see ourselves stuck in the smoke.
Well done. I hope you know the positions through the smoke very well, because that's what we're going to have to look through. You can see the frags coming in for Virtus.pro, 3 versus 2, and again, no plant for NiP just yet. Allu's still holding the bomb for now though, and Xizt is going to run through the smoke and just shoot people in the face. That works.
Yeah, they actually have 2v4 on a 4-spy with 9 seconds left, and they managed to win it in, I think it was like 3 seconds from they got the first kill to they got the 4th kill. Just
You what, mate?
How do you explain that? I'm not going to try.
Explain that threat.
Let's just move on. 13-13. NiP versus Pro. Buys for both teams. Double AWPs again for Virtus.pro. Let's have a look at where they're setting up. You can see Neo in that connector position that you can play off of spawns, and Snax just going to be lording on the B bomb site. Meanwhile, we've got frags coming in elsewhere. They've pushed. allu have Virtus.pro, and they found themselves a kill as well. Friberg going down, but so has byali.
very low HP here from Virtus.
They are dancing on the slope. TaZ will find the 2nd frag and run out of bullets just after. So, such aggression from Virtus.pro. NiP have Polish hands around their throats.
Yeah, it's looking like a horrible situation here for Virtus.pro. I think Snax is not moving, and that's going to mean it's a 2-on-2 essentially, despite 3 CTs being alive. NiP moving in to the I'm not sure why Guardian's name's on the, like where did Guardian come from? I just don't. I'm just what?
Yeah, you would think that it was going to be Snax leaving the server.
Anyway, Get Right makes the pick on the pasha. Now it's all on TaZ. He's going to run through the smoke here. Great position. Picks up the kill onto allu. Bomb goes down. Another 1-on-1, and TaZ is going to clutch it and get the 4K. This is a ridiculous series of situations on all these rounds. And Snax is gone as well as Guardian.
I just love how TaZ plays that inner side. How he gets Xizt, and then he starts running down the ramp, which basically means Xizt is calling, oh, he's just backing off. Force trying to catch him before he goes down the low ramp. TaZ realizes this, and okay, I'm just going to run up and just meet him. And he kills him with the last bullet. So awesome 2 entry kills there on the inner side from TaZ.
Watching TaZ be insanely aggressive is one of the most refreshing things for Counter-Strike, for me at least. When he's going nuts, it's always an enjoyable game. That's before he starts shouting at people on LAN. So Virtus.pro with the round advantage here, but things still looking fairly close. Again, that financial dominance they had earlier on is not here now. You can see Snax. I don't know if there's a gun drop for him or if he's just going to be rolling with the CZ. Indeed, he will be reduced to the CZ, and he has $0 in the bank.
If Virtus, or sorry, NiP wins this round, they're actually going to force Virtus to an eco, so NiP can make this at least a tie if they win this round.
Yeah. Maybe it can be a match winner for them. However, easier said than done. Snax going to find himself the most abusable angle he can find. And I sense some potential aggression here again from TaZ. Oh, look at the angles. You can see why Virtus.pro drilled a new map so hard. Edges like that can be the difference between survival and otherwise. Actually going to fall to the flames.
Yeah, I was to say, TaZ is one of the best players in that position. He's so scary on the aggressions, and it will be a 3-on-3 after all has been said and done, and Neo's going to come in and shove the edge into the favour of the Poles, as TaZ will make his way onto the scene. And that's a 3-on-2 with the TTs. They have a nice line here, although one of the players will go down towards allu. It's byali, as GetRight has a situation where this angle is very strong. He's got the bomb as well, and this is going to give the cue now for TaZ to go in for the clutch again. Takes down GetRight, but the trade is there thanks to Friberg, who this time is the one with the 4K. So 14-14. And this could be going to overtime here, because NiP should win this round. And even if they do, I mean, there can be a buy for Virtus.pro, but it's going to suck.
Look at the money on NiP though. Their economy is completely wrecked as well. This now things are getting really interesting. You can see the limited buy the Swedes and Finns, sorry. 2 Galils on the team there. And but I mean, this is a serious eco for Virtus.pro, so they should not get away with many kills here, although it's going to come down to these 2 CZs as to how much they can get done here.
Yeah, GetRight's just going to go in, and so far it's looking pretty strong. Unless someone delivers like a flusher CZ play, this is not going to happen here for Virtus.pro. But Snax, oh no, oh, he might still have opportunities here, just darting in between all of them. But it's just TaZ who's left over now, and how many frags does TaZ actually have right now? Because he's done some good results. Yeah, he's top fragging there for his team. Well, top fragger or no, it's not going to matter if they actually lose the match. Looks like they're very likely to do so now, because again, if we just check the money real quick and the situation on the rounds, so yeah, this is really rough. They're going to get $1,400 in addition to what they have now. So we're going to see at best 4K, but most of them will have like 33K to 3,500. So they can't buy really. Well, they have to, but yeah.
Pasha actually bought a CZ when he had $1,500 that round. That is a very strange decision.
We're seeing a lot of CZs in play these days, and I wonder if it's just because we're seeing a lot of train. And the CZ actually, I think, is better than the tech on train, because you can get the spray and then fall back quite easily. I mean, we've seen some players do some big plays with it, but I don't know if this feels like one of the only maps where a CZ could be preferable over a Tech 9 or a 5.7.
Well, we'll see if that purchase of the CZ will be too much of a deficit. Pasha lift on the scout. No primary weapon onto Snax. TaZ could completely crush this round here and bring it to overtime if he finds a second frag. But he's just going to run around and just cause complete anarchy behind the lines of NiP. They're all falling now. Forrest and Friberg remain. They don't have control of the bomb. This has turned into a complete disaster. TaZ, so much aggression.
Yeah, and only 10 HP set on Forrest here, and the bomb is stuck over the pop ladder. Forrest getting that kill though, so this might be doable. The problem is that they know they have the bomb here.
Alright, Forrest is left alive, and well, there it is. It's going to be overtime, guys. 15-15.
And yes, and it's of course going to be MR5, 16k. And 16k on train is interesting, because you can go for a lot of ops. You can also go for the auto sniper as CT. Let's see what Virtus decides to do here. See 2 M4s, 4 M4s, or are they going to go? Yeah, they're actually going to go for the full rifle setup. And I actually like this. It's almost more powerful on train. Just be very aggressive. You have all the nades you need. You're so versatile. You can just rotate back, rotate back to connector to yard. I like this on Virtus.
Okay, we'll have to see how it comes into play for them, as there is an AWP on allu, and I think we might be able to see a pick in towards team main. sometime soon here if because these players are moving aggressively here, Virtus.pro, and there it is. It's just what you're talking about, the dynamic play with the rifles, able to reward them quite nicely, but GetRight's going to pop around the corner to remind them that you cannot get stuff for free against NiP, as pasha looks towards allu for another player to kill. Trying to get the one-on-one down here. I kind of like the boldness of this, and just going and attacking them, and it's actually kind of working out at the moment. We've got a 3-on-2 for Virtus.pro now, but they need to start bearing down on the bomber who's making his way down to the A bomb site.
Okay, so there's a man advantage for Virtus.pro here. Bombs in control of NiP, they find the frag, trade coming in, bombs on the floor. 40 seconds remaining. GetRight will be able to retrieve it, but his position should be roughly known, which is going to be a distinct disadvantage, and TaZ will take the frag and the first round in overtime.
And let's see if they're going to buy an ult. No, still opting to go for that full rifle setup. Great round there from Virtus.pro, and I still feel like NiP is very close to winning those rounds in the end, and they're just very good in those 2v3 situations. But that round didn't really work out. Let's see what NiP decides to do here. Bomb towards inner. Just looks like they're going to go for a default round. 2 people working alley. Some players trying to take control of secret.
And they need this. They need this win. They don't have any wins at the moment. They've only been picking train, and we're going to see a flurry of frags between both sides as the bomb is going to make its way towards the A bomb site. And at the moment, we just have Virtus.pro scrambling for some positioning. Their positioning right now is terrible. And NiP can do whatever they want on the bomb site. But there is a player coming from PopDog actually soon enough. I think it's TaZ. He could make all the difference here for Virtus.pro.
Okay, 3 versus 3. Clock is ticking, and it's not in the favour of VP. But again, it's the hunt. Can they find? Forest at least has been located. Is that Molly going to be money? He's going to find a frag anyway. Running out of time, however, to get the defuse, and he's going to have to cover Snax while he goes for the defuse here. Snax is going in, and Friberg is coming out to find that frag. That'll be the round for NiP, 16-16.
Everyone died.
Every round down to the wire. You know, there's that achievement in the game. Kill 5 people with the bomb you have planted. I'm never going to get that. Never.
What is that?
It's
That's
an
very
achievement.
unrealistic.
Yes, it is.
How? Let's try and imagine a scenario where that could happen.
I can imagine a scenario where that can happen at Ninja Defuse against Liquid.
With 5 people.
Yeah.
5 people trying to ninja defuse at the same time.
All right, back into the match. Let's all calm down. allu's on the AWP. No AWP for Virtus.pro. They've been rocking double AWPs in previous rounds, but this time they will have 0. Again, there's going to be loads of nades. Loads of nades for both teams. Oh, GetRight going to be forced out of that position. First frag, however, is going to come the way of the Polish side. Forest going down.
And, some trades here. Advantage for Virtus, 4v3. GetRight really low, only 10 HP. 6 HP here on Xizt as well, so shouldn't be doable for NiP.
Boom! Straight in the face from byali. Xizt remains with 6 pixels, and that will be that for him. So, NiP take the lead. It is MR5. If you're not familiar with overtime rules, normally you have MR3 or MR5. That means max rounds per half, so you get 5 rounds a half. MR5 you start with 16k, MR3 you normally start with 10k, and SLTV who love the carnage, and there you'll start with 16.
And allu setting up a smoke here, and people going down PopDog faster. This actually might be a yard rush here from NiP.
And Producer Reese has got us stuck in the smoke once again. Trades coming in. All I see is NiP players. I can't see a single CT, so who knows what's happening. But people are dying on both sides here. AWP still in play for NEO. Coming out with 9 HP. Just stuck behind a wall of smoke at the moment. 2 versus 2. Virtus.pro have 14 HP combined, but it's them finding the nade to finish off GetRight. Xizt carrying the bomb has the element of surprise in his favour, which will afford him 1 frag. But now NEO, for some reason, looking on the complete opposite side of the map.
This is a very odd 1v1.
Yeah, but there's still loads of time for Xizt to make the right decision, but he seems to maybe have an inkling as to where he might be. They are just about missing each other. This is completely absurd. Then this is where things get a bit random, because really They have no idea where either person is now.
Yeah, this is the first time both of these players have been in this particular situation. And he's going to hear the bomb plant though, so it's going to turn into a regular 1v1 here. Oh, he actually doesn't hear the plant from there. I thought you would. Is he actually gonna say... Oh, it's just finding an M4.
Yeah, he's got a bit of time. He's got the kit. Doesn't have the smoke. He could use this molly to his advantage if he puts it in the right place. He's going to have to make a gamble here. But, oh, he's going to throw it in completely the wrong area. And that should be the round for Xizt. Diffuse coming in. He's going to hold as well. What? Oh, is he going to... Oh, he did it. Oh, I don't even know what to say. If he held that, yeah, then I don't know. Maybe he could have...
I don't think he actually would, but it would have been really close. But what can you do? If you plant there, like perfect plan from Xizt, basically Neo has to just guess where he is, because there's so many angles to check. So Neo did what he could in that position, and 2-2, so looking great here for NiP.
Okay, so we'll have to see how this goes with the last round of this first half of the overtime one, and f0rest is gonna go and just go for it from Popdog with the AWP. He's gonna pick up one frag. Made it look really easy there onto Neo. And we've got Pash who's trying to get something done, but f0rest is just going to wreck all of them. Takes down multiple players now, 3 to his name, as the rest of his teammates now can easily make their way into the bomb site. And Friberg, oh my god, he's actually trying to just jump shot this guy. And it's going to be the bomb down here for NiP as they take a commanding lead in this round. And only going to be one left. It's TaZ. He's going to go down 18-17 for the first half of the overtime. And... I mean, this is rather impossible to call at this stage.
Yeah, anything can happen here. Again, just the nature of the map as well. I think in certain parts, it's the frags can really go either way.
I'm really impressed with NiP's T side. They're actually like utilizing all their players as best they can, just going for more of a picking kind of style, and they are actually the first team I've seen to make that work.
Fnatic?
No, NiP.
No, but Fnatic as well.
Oh yeah. But they usually go a lot faster.
Okay. They have Olofmeister.
Okay, so again, Virtus.pro not favouring the AWPs at the moment. Just want to come in and score goals with AKs, but be f0rest to be the first one to score here. 2 plays in Popdog for Virtus.pro, but they're just getting left in no man's land. Cut down by snipers, cut down by silenced and 4s. No one lost for NiP in the first round. Again, it's going to be the first to get to 21 rounds to take it in overtime 1. Otherwise, it will be overtime 2.
I mean, it's encouraging to see NiP are actually getting some rounds here and looking like better and better, because they, again, I just mentioned it before, we looked at it before on the standings. They need a win. They are picking train back to back to back to back against everybody, and they need a win. They're up against Na'Vi next potentially here. So Virtus.pro going to go in with a faster round into Secret, and GetRight is actually dodging all the bullets from behind the smoke here. He's doing quite a good job. As Virtus.pro also attack into allu. So looking for those openings, for those picks. Will they peek it? And actually looks like they will. Friberg goes down, but Xizt is going to get aggressive there. Straight up Popdog into a frag onto Snax. One-on-one against Neo that he will lose. That's going to set this to a 3 versus 3 now.
Okay, so the spray down is going to take down byali. f0rest, I'm not sure if he saw the other play there, but he got traded from behind. 2 versus 2 now. allu still running around with the AWP. So the bomb's just being picked up now, left in a passive position. 55 seconds left for Virtus.pro to get it into an aggressive position. And 2 CTs to find now as they lack control of the A site. allu's been spotted though, although he will not be tagged. Got a sneaky pop flash coming in, but allu's holding the more passive angle. He'll get completely smoked off and forced to retreat. Although maybe he's going to push through the smoke actually, because he's still in position there, just waiting for GetRight to find some aggression.
Yeah, he's going to find it. He's going to kick the frag onto Neo. Quite effective play there from GetRight. Didn't lose much in the way of health. Moving in quickly now against Pasha, and he's got to play this well. allu going for the defuse as cover comes in from above. Good stuff there from GetRight. He'll secure the round for his team. 20-17. Wow.
Excellent play there from NiP in that 2v2. They were actually 2 people down the Popdog ladder, and when Virtus saw allu there in the ladder room, surely they're not going to think, oh, there's another guy from behind. So they were actually really scared of someone coming up see the connector or from the back station. But GetRight flanking from team main, they just didn't see that coming.
Right now, Virtus.pro going to bring the AWP out for what could be the final round. Match point for NiP all the way to Virtus.pro making it to 20. Then it would be overtime, but we'll have to wait and see which way it's going to go. Neo going to get the first frag, taking down Forest here. Still lots of time on the clock as well for Virtus.pro, but again, we can get frags in a quick flurry here, especially on the A bomb site. Allu evening things up onto Neo, popping out of Popdog on his own there. No trade to be found for Virtus.pro.
Everyone for NiP is over by the A bomb side as well at the moment, and that could bode poorly if Virtus.pro decide to go in for a switch here and just leave one guy in Aleksi for the pressure and then just rotate all the way into B. That could be a pretty effective way to play this position for Virtus if they do decide to mix things up. But actually just going to go straight for it now, and this is going to be problematic because the kills are going the way of NiP. It is match point, of course. Now things fall onto TaZ and byali to save Virtus.pro. The best they can do is force another overtime at this point, but it's looking dire in this round. They are down now just one man, but their health is starting to fall away. And oh wow, we get a trade there, 1 versus 2 for byali as he goes in against allu and Get Right. And they know where he is. And the bomb is down by Popdog. He's got 30 seconds to go and retrieve it. This is impossible. He's going to lose it 21-17. NiP, thank God for them. They actually win. They win a train. They win a map in the FACEIT League. So now they're 4 losses and 1 win. They win, but I think they will maybe still be at the bottom of the table. But it's still refreshing to see that they're doing better.
Versus Virtus.pro. So I'm very surprised they beat Virtus. I would actually say Virtus is probably the best team maybe in the world on this map. So NiP having struggled, losing 16-1 to Flipside, losing to Envas, losing to Fnatic, able to beat Virtus is very surprising. Especially they were, I think it was 12-12, and they were T on train, and we saw like 15k on TaZ, and the other guys had like over 10k. So very impressive stuff there from NiP.
Yeah, it was a very hard-fought, hard-won battle there by NiP, and they have another one straight on their hands very shortly up against Na'Vi on the same map, Train. Again, NiP's choice, so we're going to go to a break, guys, while the next match is set up, so make sure you follow the channel and stay put, and we'll see you in a few minutes.